Luckily for you, there's a quicker way to level up. There is an enemy called the Metal Slime. This monster is actually a long-standing trope in anime skinner boxes, and this is where it all started. Yeah, enemies like this are literally referred to as metal slimes. The whole point of enemies like this is that both finding and defeating them is all luck. They only have 4 HP, but their defense is so high that they only take 1 damage per attack. Thought you could use the hurt spell to get past the defense? Too bad, it's also immune to all magic, and it also evades half your attacks, and flees at the drop of a hat. But if you somehow manage to kill one, you will be handsomely rewarded with 6 gold and 115 experience. Which is only slightly more experience than you get for defeating 2 dragons. This makes these kinds of enemies very manipulative, because to defeat them is technically optimal, but effectively impractical. As you'll never be able to actually defeat every metal slime you encounter, and the other enemies in the area they appear in may not give good experience relative to your level. So the choice basically comes down to getting good experience consistently and getting below average experience with a small chance of a big payday. That's right, it's once again like a slot machine where it'll tease you by making it look like you were about to hit the jackpot, when really you were nowhere close. It's like getting 2 7s at a bar. Now remember, when you first play these games, you don't know what the rewards are yet. For all you know, these enemies have a small chance of dropping a super weapon. So unless you have outside knowledge, you're going to be wasting time figuring this shit out. And yeah, as stated before, this became a trope as pretty much every anime skinner box has a version of this creature, and they all vary in annoyance and usefulness. In Pokemon, you've got the Pokemon Chansey, specifically the ones found in the Kanto Safari Zone, where, depending on the area, they have a spawn rate of 1 to 4%. Then you can choose between throwing balls at it for about a 1% catch chance, or you can throw 4 rocks at it to increase it to about a 50% chance. But even doing that only has like a 5% chance of succeeding without it running away. And on top of that, if you're playing Fire Red or Leaf Green, each Chansey has a 5% chance of holding a lucky egg, which is one of the only ways to get one in Generation 3. Now I could try defending this by arguing that Chansey is a really good Pokemon in competitive, that you only need one, as you can breed them, and that you also only need 1 lucky egg. But I honestly can't defend shit like this, because it's just a waste of time. Like, if there's a strategy to defeating enemies like this that's slightly better, but shit like this always ends up coming down to being lucky. The Denpaman 2 also had enemies like this, but there they were just useless. Getting your Denpaman to level 99 is extremely easy, and money is equally useless. There is a competitive mode, which I was pretty good at, but the gear you need for it doesn't require you to defeat any of these molars or incisors. Yet their existence is still distracting. It makes you wonder what they do and makes you waste time trying to figure it out. So why do developers keep putting them in? And the answer to that is, why not? No one's complaining about them. They are just part of the furniture. They get put in because that's what you're supposed to do when your game is inspired by Dragon Quest. And this is what's so crazy about Dragon Quest. It has had a huge influence on gaming. But it sucks. So it's all bad influences. The Metal Slime only exists to accentuate the grindy Skinnerbox gameplay. Dragon Quest is influential in all the worst ways.